Welcome to the Comin Up Charlotte podcast, produced by Deneka Thomas and amílcar Sanatan. This limited podcast series is all about real life in East Port of Spain. It is about the hustle, the people, the everyday work that keeps the city moving, the stories of the ones who make Charlotte Street, aka Chinatown, what it is. Today we're talking with Miss Assing, a seamstress who started sewing at the tender age of 8, who hopes to retire at 65 and tend to her garden. This is her story.
Let's reform bananas and dance, reform
Miss Assing, one of the first things that I really enjoyed about my experience with you is that I met you in another seamstress's studio, and then you made yourself available to, do my research, ask more questions about your journey and process. You could tell me what brought you here to Eastside Plaza?
Actually, I used to do this sewing at home, but it was inconvenience for a lot of people to come in the area through where I live. So, through a friend of mine, a colleague actually, and get a shop in the mall, and she asked me if I want to, use it, and that's how I started being in Eastside Plaza.
You spoke about an inconvenience. You could just give us some more detail about those inconveniences.
Okay, inconveniences. I have customers from like Blanchie Shares and San Fernando, Shogunas, these places, Maracas. So it's hard to come in where I live, John. Right? So it's difficult for them, and it's harder for me to sew and beat them somewhere in Port of Spain in a convenient place. It's difficult. No place to change and all these things. So getting the shop here was a good start for me.
What brought you into the profession of being a seamstress?
Oh, I just love sewing. I sewing from the age of probably 8 years old. Yeah.
8 years old, Miss Assing?
Yeah. So at 9 I've been cooking, so 8 is nothing for sewing.
And who inspired you to kind of take that up? Was it through duty, responsibility, or your own passion?
My own passion, Faith. Yeah. Actually, I didn't know at that time my father was a tailor. So it's after getting more established in it, my mom actually said, "Oh, you take after your father." So that's how I knew my father was a tailor. We never really spoke about it, so But he was a tailor. He stopped now. He migrated to Canada, so I'm the only daughter that take up the trade.
Being a seamstress and a tailor is quite interesting. Part of it is like fashion design, where you make suits, you do clothes, even home clothes, as we like to say here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
But you also do alterations. You could kind of discuss the flow of business and the differences between alterations and the design work that you do.
Okay, alterations is repairing your old clothes that you worn. Some might have a tear, some might have a little misstitch or so. So repair it. It's a little more tedious to work with repairing work than making an outfit. Right? Because you're cutting free to sew. But when you have to dismantle the outfit that you bring for repair and put it back together. So it's a lot tedious with that work than normally you're doing your design work.
I also see like when clients come into your studio, they're laughing, they're telling you stories. I had the chance to meet someone, and apparently I knew their brother from social media. It seems as if you all are all connected throughout East Port of Spain and throughout Trinidad and Tobago.
I would say so in a sense, but this work have a lot of jealousy and different, like outside any other workplace or stuff. Yeah, it have a lot of people envy each other and stuff, right? And like some will try to cheat you out of your work, and some will ask you for assistance, help them all pull up work and stuff. And when you done do the work, it's like they want to collect all the money and don't pay you for the work that you do. Remember, as I say, as my grandmother used to use her phrase, what don't miss you don't pass you, right? So things like that, you want to abuse somebody who you would need later down in the future to help you out. So when you make bad like that, you cross the damn the bridge, you don't have no help again. So this is basically what is going on. Each person somebody might try to pull somebody customer, but unfortunately for me, all the other customers just want to come by me. Yeah, I decided to tell them, oh God, they did buy the person, go back by that person, let them do the repair, fix it. They doesn't want to, because they say like, if the person do it like this, I can imagine the repair work, how it will come out. So, okay, well, pay me the money. I'm glad to put it in my pocket. I don't have a problem with that.
What makes you so joyful in life? Sometimes
That's
when I
just
see
me.
you on a
I'm-
bench, you're laughing with somebody, you're with your clients here, they're laughing, two other people just walk
That's
out the
just my-
shop.
that's just
they
my
say they'll
way.
check you again.
Yeah, everybody just want to. I know everybody have business like story. Come here, want to tell me everything. I guess probably I seem to be an easy person to relate to. You know, I try to make people comfortable when they come. I try to put the good in front before. I don't try to judge people like get angry and upset. You get me angry and upset when you don't want to pay me my money. You don't want to pay me my money, then we cross it, trust. But other than that, I try to help out each people. Sometimes I lenient on repair work, you know. I just try to do my best. So, and that's just my way. I just like to laugh.
Being in Eastside Plaza, what is like the exciting part about it and some of the challenges that you experience here on Charlotte Street in a state-run mall?
Well, to me, I don't really make anything a problem. So I don't challenge it to just pass by. If I could do it, I do it. If I can't, I say I can't. I will refer you to somebody else who I know and trust and believe that they can help you out. I will send it. I wouldn't send it by somebody who I don't, consider that. But even though we don't speak and you can do good work, I still would recommend the person to go by here. I recommend it to the person.
In Trinidad and Tobago, the retirement age is 60, and by 65, you could get a senior citizen's pension of up to $3,500 a month. But with the cost of living rising higher, plenty of people cannot afford to stop working. You will still find elders behind a stall, running a shop, or selling in Port of Spain because for many, the hustle doesn't end when retirement begins. This is Comin Up Charlotte. Now back to the episode.
I'll try to keep a light heart.
Oftentimes when the mall is in the media, there are like challenges around the facility and sometimes some of the things that make you all feel frustrated. What are the ways that you are resilient, that you persevere in spite of some of the challenges?
Yeah, other option. We have other options. I just switch to that because in my point of view, it's like arguing about it is trying your truth and stuff. So it makes no sense. It'll go through 1 year and come because, okay, if that's a problem, let that be a problem. Not to me. I work around. I try to work around everything. If I have no water, I will pack and do what I could do and I pack up and go home if I have no water for the rest of the day because I'm not going to stay here, toilet not working, not flushing and we have no water. So I work around it. I'm not going to sit down in there and quarrel and sit down whole day and say every time you go to the washroom you come back out you're quarreling. Because you don't know you have no water from instant. Then why you stay, you have to accommodate. It's up to you what you do to, help yourself. So as I say, I going over the hill now to the pension, so I'm not worrying and letting anything stress me out. I want to look nice and young still.
But you're looking nice and young, Miss Assing.
So I want to keep it that way, please.
That's right. And uniforms. Behind your head, you have like early childhood care kind of.
Oh, I just everything, yeah.
That's
that's primary school, yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of your primary school uniforms behind your head right now, talk about that hustle, about that time of year when families come to you to produce uniforms.
Yeah, that is be hectic. But I try to lessen down as I get older because my speed drop a bit. Because the hustling ain't working. So I take what I could do, and I don't like to keep people work over too long. So I try to, if you bring something, I try to get it to you, off to you. Nowadays, I have a trick they just do. They bring something, and then they change their mind and say they don't want that, and they bring something else, so they leave that by you. And then they go bring something else again, and they still ain't ready for that yet. So, that keep pushing back, right? So eventually, some people come 3-4 years after, yeah. Yeah, since COVID, a woman make a dress and the other day she called me. Sometime last week she called him, and I want to know, well, what is someone calling me for? I don't give away the dress already because it's over 5 years. So, what you want now? So I just.
How do you manage that from a financial standpoint? I was always interested when I would go buy a seamstress or a tailor. They have this shelf full of goods that
you're not making the money to do, yes.
How do you kind of deal with that financially? You prepare it.
Well, no, you can't prepare for that, because it's always up and down. 1 minute things will be going good and then the next minute, because, when the people out there don't have, you can't get. So, right now it's basically repairs, more coming in than work. So it's a harder hustle. Because you have to work 2 times or 3 times as harder with the repair money to make up, to pay the rent and do your stuff, your business and things. So, in my, I say it's tough, it's harder.
When I went to a store on Charlotte Street, Fabric and Textiles, they told me that with the purchases online, as well as like the
Normal, regular coming.
it reduced the
It
need
does.
to design clothes. Is that something you have been contended with for
No,
years?
well, right now people just the need to design work. It dropped, not like it dropped, standard drop, because most people look to import this stuff and bring it for you to do the repairs. So we fall bad in that category.
And how did you adjust to that?
I just go with the flow. I adjust myself to anything. I not making nothing a problem. If I can reach it, I can reach it. I leave that for another time.
I have one final question, Ms. Assing. Something you told me that was quite interesting. We were just chatting one day in the mall, and you talk about when you retire, you might go St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yes.
You'll just rock back. You'll have a small place, a little bit of
Yeah.
agricultural production in the back. You could tell me, what future do you see for yourself?
Well, I see me home relaxing, as I say, planting my little garden, because I have no intentions of running up and down in these steps in these places. If any one of my daughters decide to pick up the trade, fine by them. Other than that, my machine goes home, I do my repairs and stuff little by little, and I try, as I say, that's my retirement leave and my gift to me. When I reach about 65, going on to, and that is like about 4 years from now, 3 years from now, yes. So when I get reaching that, because as you get older now and how the things is, people not energetic and, like, enthusiastic about anything. They just, everybody, unlike myself, I know, go with the flow, or they have other interests, I don't know, but it's just like, everything just dead. Everybody just pass everybody like, hi, and they go on the way to sit down and study. Like, you will have to study one extra do, but like, I will have to get another profession in order to fulfill your needs, your bills and food and your clothing and whatnot. So,
Pressure, this bus pipe will make diamond.
It does. So you see why I don't study it. You put me in a zone there. So, talking about it now and, it reflecting. It's like, yeah, boy, whoa, this thing is, yeah. But, as I say, I just run with the flow. I have a daughter in the States, so I expect if Trump and them allow, I might be able to visit. If not, I have to wait till they come and visit. Other than that, I just looking forward to my grandchildren and relaxing.
Thanks for joining us on Comin Up Charlotte. This podcast is part of a wider project that includes poetry, visual art, and a final community event, all shaped by the stories we've gathered here in East Port of Spain. To learn more, follow along, share an episode, or start a conversation of your own. Thank you again for listening.